All right, this is Mark Fuller, Team Alliance once again. So this is an introduction, a brief introduction to trade number 6 of the Blueprint project. In this particular trade, this is one of the many instances where being able to recognize and interpret the current market behavior, puts you in a position to have the confidence to take the trade when the trade is presented to you. What I teach my students in training, there's a very specific framework that has been tested over time. It's been tested and it's really been revealed by the market through study and through observation. As your skill level increases and it elevates, what inevitably happens is it becomes easier for you to recognize the behavior of the market at a given moment, which ultimately gives you the confidence to take a trade in the first place. So there are many times when you might see me throughout the challenges, or like what I'm doing right now with the Blueprint project in particular. There are going to be times where I may take a trade that is not necessarily within the specific framework of what I teach my students to do, because what I do as far as teaching my students in my group to do, it elevates and secures the confidence even more versus what you might see me do on my own. So that's what I wanted to differentiate as far as people asking, well, Mark, that's I saw that you took that trade, and that's not a trade that we would take, and it may not necessarily be a trade that you would take. The whole purpose of me even laying out this blueprint is to show you, more importantly, how the skill development over time is going to elevate you. It's going to elevate your skill level. It's going to elevate your ability when it comes to recognizing and interpreting what's going on in the market itself, which has more to do with you than it does to do with the market. So your confidence is really what is elevating as your skill is elevating. And the confidence to be able to pull, the trigger and take a trade, that's really what it becomes about. It's more so about your personal level of skill and confidence that elevates you and gives you, the wherewithal to do what you need to do in the market when the market presents the opportunity, when you understand and you're able to interpret the actual behavior and the environment of the market. Okay, so this has a lot to do with what it is that you see me demonstrating throughout this Blueprint project and even in the prior challenges, So I just want you guys to understand that this is what goes on as your skill improves. There's nothing that anybody really can teach you specifically as far as confidence goes. That's something that you just develop on your own over time from dealing and interacting with the market and learning how to become better at interpretation of the market's behavior and recognition of the market's environment. All right, so hopefully you guys enjoy this trade. So also in this trade, we just elevated to the $200 level in the account. So we cracked the $200 mark. So that's basically the first flip. Okay, you'll hear me say that throughout this Blueprint project. This is the first flip, how to flip 100 to 200. All right, so you guys enjoy the trade. After this video, the next video that I'm going to release is going to be an update where I'm just talking about, the ability for you to take small amounts of money and just constantly flip. That's what this skill allows you to do ultimately. All right, so enjoy the trade. Mark Fuller, Blueprint project, trade number 6. Y'all enjoy. I'll see y'all in a minute. Peace. Okay, we're going to see if this sets up. If it does set up, this is going to be trade number 5 or 6. 5 or 6. Okay, we got filled. Okay, that's a winner. So we have flipped, wow, almost to the dollar. We flipped $100 to $200 with that trade. This is trade number 6, I believe. Trade number 6 of the Blueprint project. So we flipped successfully the first 100 into 200. And the reason that I'm emphasizing this in particular is because at some point I'm going to create some content for the internet. And what I mean is just in general, educational, informative, awareness, along those lines, just showing how you can basically take $100 and flip it by applying the skill that we teach you in Team Alliance training to these financial markets, and in particular the NADEX platform, and even more specifically trading the 5-minute binaries on this platform. So I'm going to figure out how to tie it all in together, but the basic concept is, how to flip $100 into a $3,000 a week income. That's kind of where I'm going with the blueprint. So I know out the gate, even when I was talking about this on IGTV exclusively, I was mentioning how I'm going to take you step by step through the entire process of what needs to be done. Once again, training is the first part. You got to learn how to navigate the market. You need to learn how to understand and interpret the market. Of course, you're becoming familiar with the NADEX platform, with understanding how the binaries work, etc. All of that is included within the training phase. And the training phase is the first phase that you're starting off with. Once you have acquired a skill level high enough for you to win trades consistently, then you can move into the growth phase. The growth phase is where we are right now. That's where I'm taking you through these videos, because I'm actually showing what it looks like to actually grow your account starting from the $100 mark. Okay, so that's kind of where I'm going with this whole project. The Blueprint project is, in a nutshell, how to flip $100 into $3,000 a week in income in the financial markets. Okay, so this is the $3,000 weekly blueprint, the 3K weekly blueprint, whatever you want to call it, however you want to phrase it. I'm going to take you through and show you how to get there, and then once you get there, you're in position to earn at that level. So, it can be done multiple ways, but I'm going to do it a very specific way because I want to show you what it looks like when you're not stressing out over the trades. Stressing out over, oh, I didn't get a trade today. That doesn't even make a difference. The idea is to execute a process that will basically ensure that you do not lose. Not losing is bigger than trying to go out and figure out how to win trades. Not losing means that when you're not trading, you're keeping your money in your account. Not losing is the most important aspect of trading because it leaves you on the defense instead of trying to be on offense against the market, which is a guaranteed way for you to lose. If you try to attack the market will show you who the monster really is. It's not you. It is the market. The market is the monster that you need to be aware of and that you need to have respect for. Okay? So, in any case, I'm going to be continuing on with the challenge. And I keep saying challenge. This is not even a challenge. This is a project. So the Blueprint Project is here to show you the step-by-step guidance and direction that you need in order to put yourself in position to earn $3,000 a week, ultimately. Okay? Basically getting into training, learning and acquiring the skill, continuing to maintain and develop and cultivate the skill by remaining in training as you enter into the growth phase. So in other words, you don't stop training and then go and start trading. You're going to need to remain in training so that you're constantly exposed to the correct environment that you need to be in mentally, emotionally, and just being around other people who are pursuing the same thing as you. That reinforcement is something that you need in order to maintain your skill because, just being around other people who are doing the same thing that you're doing and being trained to do the same thing that you do, it just merely reinforces it and makes it that much more powerful for you. So this is why we do what we do. The blueprint is very powerful, and if you follow it, you'll be able to duplicate the results that you're going to see. So we've already flipped 100 to 200. I forgot what day the first trade was taken on. Matter of fact, let me pause this. I'm going to get the day that the first trade was taken on so we can see how long it took for us to flip 100 for the first time. And a flip is just simply doubling the account. So let me take a look at that. Hang on a second. Okay, so what I did, I pulled up the video. So you can see the date in the video was May 12th. See? So May 12th was when the first trade was taken. So from May 12th until today, which is May 17th, that's 5 days. So this trade represents trade number 6. And we flipped 100 into 200 so far. And on the next trade, I probably will be scaling up and doubling the contract size. So we're going to be at 2 contracts. And listen, being this aggressive just simply means that you just need to be able to win your trades. It just simply means that you need to have a high enough skill level so that you trade with the confidence that you need to not be afraid to scale up. Like, why be afraid? If you're executing the same process over and over again, that's what your job is to do. Execute the same process repeatedly. Don't worry about scaling up or increasing your contract size. You got to realize that you started with $100. The total amount that you always have at risk is what you started with. That's it. That's it. See, this is about conditioning yourself mentally, creating a toughness mentally so that you are not afraid, you're not fearful. At the same time, you're not being greedy either. You don't see me taking 20 trades. You don't see me doing that. I'm taking 1 trade pretty much each day at the max. At the max. And, just for purposes of trying to get things done, I don't always wait for the best opportunities, although I am trained to wait. And that's what you will be trained to do. Wait. Wait for the market to bring you the opportunity. So, you see me demonstrating the level of skill that you will be able to ultimately achieve over time through more and more training. It cultivates your skill. It will elevate your skill. It's very powerful. Very powerful. And this blueprint is something that you all can follow. Doesn't matter what your background is. Doesn't matter where you come from. doesn't matter, your lack of experience in the markets. It doesn't make a difference. We got people who were training that had no previous experience whatsoever. So this is something that you can do, period. Okay? So anyway, I will check you guys out in the next video. So this is the Blueprint Project. This is Mark Fuller signing off. Until the next video, peace.